Very simple feeling out here in a good way.
It is the Forgotten Coast.
Here we are, Apalachicola.
Food, rod holders, pretty much all I need.
Living the good life. It's fair to say most of Florida's coastline is highly developed. There is one stretch though, from here down to Port St. Joe, that's known as Florida's Forgotten Coast. And here I've been told is that old world Florida. Look at that, is that a bear sign? Interesting. So basically so far it's a lot of this. There's mailboxes, long driveways, beautiful forests out here, beautiful pine forests. How is it down here? Do you like it?
Oh yeah, we've been here many years.
You're snowbirding from Iowa.
Yeah, we're retired.
Just come down for the winter?
Yeah.
And there are bear signs everywhere.
Well, there's bears here. Yeah. They used to get in the trash up there. I haven't seen one lately, but yeah.
These guys are all making retired life look great. So you guys restored this thing, polished it up.
Yeah.
Why don't they make them like this anymore? Like the style is so much cooler back then.
Yeah,
So this is what, 1950s?
1962.
Gotta say, this feels really nice here. Open road, no traffic, miles of untouched shoreline, no high rises, no theme parks. And we're coming up on a small town here called Carabel. From what I've heard, it's not gonna allow big development to come in and build high rises all over the place. As they say, it's Florida as it used to be. Let's check it out. Hi.
Hi. Oh, you familiar? Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Are you from Carabel?
I am not from Carabel, no, but you've got to go in the junction.
Show me around. What's going
Let
on?
me show you.
What's your name?
Libby.
Peter.
I know.
Oh, this is cool.
Is this nice?
Yeah, Libby. I just ate good food here.
Very good.
So you've owned this for how long?
Almost 6 years.
6 years. How's it going?
Awesome. The people in general, the public, the locals.
You got good
word
local
of
people
mouth.
here.
Oh, yes.
Very simple feeling out here in a good way. Just very wholesome. Yeah, just nice little streets with cute little homes, a lot of porches. What's your name?
Adrian.
Adrian, Peter.
Good to meet you.
Yeah,
man.
you too.
I actually live in Tallahassee.
Okay.
Not from Tallahassee originally. We're actually from Canada. But
No
my wife
way.
and I live in Tallahassee now. Yeah.
Okay, how is it living down here from Canada?
Oh, man, it's just way better. You know, just, man, it's just freedom. It's a little bit different down here.
You feel it?
I feel it, yeah. My wife, she feels that we're like with her job and like I have a business and it's just, things are just a lot better here. You know what I mean? The economy is a little bit better.
Okay.
We find people are a little bit more friendlier down to earth. It's kind of like, feels like we're 20 years in the past, if that makes sense. You know,
Okay,
in this
but,
part of the
but
state.
Canadians are known for being friendly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
I would say that we're friendly, but things have kind of changed in Canada, you know, in the last like 5-6 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without getting political about it.
Sure.
You know, it still feels like family oriented, community oriented here. You know, we feel like
Nice.
we're part of a community. That makes sense.
Right
So
off. How have Americans accepted you?
we respect our culture. And so they love having people come move there as long as they're going to kind of respect their culture. You don't have to necessarily watch football or go to church every Sunday. When you do it the right way, you're respecting the people that you're moving to live next to, right? You're respecting people in your neighborhood because you're doing it the right way. You're paying your taxes. You're doing everything else. You're not just kind of coming in through the back door, however that's happening or not. I don't know. You hear rumors, but I do honestly, Peter, the biggest difference here is people are just, they kind of have like life in them still. You know what I mean? And I mean that in a positive way. They're just super friendly and
Unpack that life in them. What do you mean?
yeah, like, okay. So where we're from in Canada, we feel that things kind of change, right? Like,
Okay.
you know, that the whole like, you know, tight with your neighbors, the community, things have changed in the last like 5 to 6 years for whatever reason. And so here, people are still just themselves. And you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Were you in a city?
Yeah, so I lived in a big city. So I lived in
Okay.
Toronto at one
Okay.
point, and then I lived in Niagara Falls and some other parts of the province.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
feeling that like quintessential countryside vibe. here.
Countryside vibe, small town vibe, which
Yeah.
is really cool. But, you know, when this opportunity came up to make this happen, we just jumped at it. And like, you know, we're excited to start a family here and
Nice.
just kind of like
Great to
be
hear,
here.
man.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, welcome.
yeah, man.
We
Yeah,
love
thank
we
you.
love great people.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
brother. That's great, man. Florida's where it's at, man. You know, when you go to North Florida, it's like you're in the South. When you go to South Florida, it's like you're in the North.
Totally.
And it's totally different culture.
Yeah, you hear more New York accents,
Totally.
you know, north of Miami,
Oh, man.
than you do
Yeah.
deep South accents.
Yeah.
Here we're coming up on a town called Apalachicola. It has roughly the same population as Carabel, where we just came from, but it's got somewhat of a different feel here at first glance. Bit more of a fishing industry, maybe, a little more touristy. The shop is pretty wild.
Yeah, the owner's had it for like 50 years.
50 years. Okay. You said your grandfather's from here?
My great-great-grandfather.
Great-great-grandfather.
Born here in 1859.
Okay, so what was it? Apalachicola. What was the industry?
The industry was mostly the river. It was the third largest port on the Gulf after Mobile and New Orleans.
Wow. I never heard of it.
Yep, it was big. Biggest thing here was oysters.
Up until when?
Up until, well, they closed the bay like 4 years ago.
Oh.
It's a federal closure to repopulate, and it put a lot of people out of work.
Okay, so people pretty pissed about that?
Oh, yeah.
So what happens to all the fishermen when they're put out of work for 4 years? They just do other things and they're going to come back, you think?
I mean, a lot of people tried to stick around. It's definitely run some people off for sure.
Right.
I mean, there was no job to support that many people.
But it needed to happen, right, to rebuild the stock of oysters?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, according to the federal officials, yeah.
How's it living here?
It can be quiet, but it's great. It's a great town. It's a pretty tight community.
Young people, they stick around or they take off?
Population skewers towards older.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm 50 and I feel like I'm young here.
This town is so cool. It's got great old buildings and one of these classic old post offices. So it used to be what?
Custom building.
Okay.
Yeah, we took it over in 1942. We took it over. And then after that, it's been a post office after that.
People were immigrating here.
Yeah, they used to come here in the bay right here. They come through here. They come here to this building first, and then they were...
Do you know where they were coming from?
No, I couldn't tell you.
But they were coming in by boat.
By boat, yeah, here to the bay right here.
Okay. Well, thank you. You got a beautiful town. It's nice. All right, just got some intel on the street off camera. Go to Miss Lynn's Oysters. These are the freshies.
No.
This is your place?
Yes, sir.
All right. How's business?
It's been good. It's pretty so far. It's just really getting kicked off.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Nice.
Farm race.
That's local farmer. Okay, because you haven't been doing oysters for 4 years, right? Is that the story?
It's been close since 2020.
We're oyster capital of the world.
Let's go back. And now probably Chesapeake Bay or somebody took that route. This is Granny Gumbo. This was my grandmother's recipe.
Very good. You don't want to charge me?
No, you're good.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you want?
Yeah. You fish out there? Nice. How's it been lately?
I've been catching a lot of fish.
Yeah? Nice.
Plenty. Food, rod holders, baits, and that's pretty much all I need.
Living the good life.
I probably live a mile or two down from here.
You just you come down, you do some fishing, get some dinner, cruise home. Right on, buddy. You're a cool kid.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, so there's this big bridge going out to St. George Island. Way out there. On the other side, I've been told the water is very clear, and the unfortunate reality is if we're gonna make it all the way today, that will throw us off. So, no, there is beautiful beaches out there, beautiful water, very blue. Here's brackish. It's got the fresh water coming in mixed with the salt water. It's a little more brown. Out there is a different story, I've been told. All right, we're in Port St. Joe. It's a little more built up. You can see new construction coming into town. So this is Port St. Joe, but you call it Port St. Slow.
Yeah.
You're from here?
Oh, yeah.
Born and raised, both of you?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Laid back. It was laid back. It was slow. It was an industrial town. We had a paper mill and some chemical plants. And my dad worked for they had a sawmill out where the wastewater treatment plant is now, called Kenny Mill. And when I was born here, if you worked for a company like that, back in those days, they called them mill towns. The company owned everything. They had a company store, company doctor, company house, all that.
Out here?
Yeah.
Okay, so they pay in script, like company money?
Well, they had some company script, but the deal was if you worked for them, they provided everything that you needed, but they owned everything. You know, it was hard for anybody to get ahead beyond that, you know, but my dad had no formal education. No, my mother had to teach him how to sign his own name. He had no education.
Okay.
Because he came up hard, and as soon as he got old enough to work, he went to work.
Right.
And so there was a lot of that in the community, uneducated farm people that everybody was working, just trying to survive because nobody had much of anything.
What decade are you talking? When
That's 40s.
40s. It was
40s
just,
and early 50s.
just survival
Right
out
after
here.
yeah, just right after the war.
Yeah.
Because the war effort had taken so much, and people, was trying to kind of catch up after the war. We were war babies.
Yeah, right.
And then beyond this, what's this island out here?
That's St. Joe Peninsula. This is actually St. Joe Bay. The other side of that is the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, and that's where. That's where.
Excuse President, I'm sorry.
And that's where the water gets really clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear out here. You can go out there. Most of the time, it deadheads up there, but when we don't have much rain and runoff here, it's real clear.
So you guys feel like a different Florida up here than South Florida?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And I tell people that come here, glad to have you here. Love to have you here. You're welcome. But this is Port St. Slow. Please don't try to change it. Not against growing or anything like that. I don't want the fast growth and things just take it away.
So it was, you guys are retired, but you made less money.
Yep.
But the prices were lower.
Yeah.
It was easier then. You could have an average job, right? Have a home here.
Yeah.
Support your family. Yeah. Your wife could be at home with the kids.
Yeah.
That was happening?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And now that's impossible here, right? These homes aren't cheap, I'm sure.
No, gosh, no. Well, the door was closed in the late 90s when he shut the mill down permanently.
Paper mill.
Paper mill.
It was there on the water the other side.
Well, we lost some smaller businesses before then. It was sad because there was a lot of jobs. It affected a lot of people. County this size, and we lost the railroad, and which is that's where he worked. It cut a lot of jobs out. We lost about 1,200 jobs.
It affected all the counties around here.
Yeah.
Because those people from Franklin County, Calhoun County, they
came in here for jobs as well.
Okay, so the 90s were rough here.
Yeah, that's when we knew. We definitely knew it was changing. And if we didn't have this, and it changed to tourists, we would definitely be in trouble because the people wouldn't be coming here a lot.
So you're happy the tourists are coming?
Well, I'm happy for the people that own the businesses and stuff and jobs. I've got children, grandchildren here.
What I feel bad about is the young people graduates. They have to leave here. There's no industry. When we graduated, there was good jobs here.
Yeah,
for men and women.
America's changed. In my opinion, just in our little community here, things that we see now because of addictions, we didn't see back in our day because men went to work and they supported their family. They wasn't addicted to. Then once in a while somebody get whacked out on to come out, but it was few and far between. But the stuff that you see nowadays, the way families are being tore up by,
you're seeing that here?
Oh yeah, every town in America's got to be that way.
Yeah, it's true. Well, this is a nice neighborhood.
Nice. Yeah, definitely nice.
It's really nice.
But I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna finish up right here.
I was born here and I'm gonna die. Right.
I just want to send the message again. If you come to Port St. Joe, remember it's Port St. Slow. Please don't try to change it.
All right, guys, here we are in Mexico Beach, a little bit past Port St. Joe, the final stop of Florida's Forgotten Coast, so they say. Thanks for coming on that journey. Until the next one.